Will Vivi join the crew? A question that everybody in the One Piece community has always wondered ever since we left her in Arabasta, and depending on who you ask, you will get various different answers. Some proclaim she is a crew member since she traveled with the Straw Hats for a short period of time, and ever since then the crew has always regarded her as a friend. Others would say she is not, simply because she hasn't been with our protagonists for so long now, but whether or not she currently is actually irrelevant, because with the current chapter we got in One Piece, it seems like she will be reunited with our beloved crew members very soon and finally become a Straw Hat. But do not get your hopes up just yet, because Oda does have a habit of making us think a character will join the Straw Hats to then just have them not do it for whatever reason. And with Vivi, we could be heading towards that direction. Personally, I do think Vivi will join the Straw Hats during this arc, and I will be sharing with you guys all the reasons as to why that is the case. And just before we dive in further, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoy this type of content. So, Nefertari Vivi is the princess of the Arabasta kingdom. She was first introduced into the story in chapter 103, making her debut as an enemy to the crew. She later joined the Straw Hats at Whiskey Peak, and after they liberated her kingdom from the wretched hands of Crocodile, she decided to stay on Arabasta, because governing her kingdom was far more important to her than continuing her adventure with the Straw Hats. And all of this took place from chapter 111 until chapter 216. So she stayed with the Straw Hats for a whopping 105 chapters, doing exactly 2 story arcs with them. But the longest non-Straw Hat character to have stayed with the crew is actually not Vivi, but Kinemon, since they met him on Punk Hazard and he stayed with them all the way until Wano. Just like Vivi, Kinemon had a set goal that led him to travel with the crew. However, the difference is that Vivi felt much more like a part of the crew. Her interactions with the Straw Hats created a strong sense of friendship that closely resembled the bond that was already within the main crew. This connection may have been easier for Vivi because she was closer in age to the others, thus allowing her to blend in more naturally. And this bond that she created with the Straw Hats has remained into the story up until now. Oda has kept making her relevant to the story despite us being done with her arc, and he's made Arabasta such a unique and important kingdom since they were the only royal family that refused to abandon their kingdom and become celestial dragons. Even Vivi's lineage has been revealed to be an important one in One Piece, since her name is actually Nefertari D. Vivi, making her a direct enemy to Imu, just like Monkey D. Luffy, and it was thanks to her ancestor Nefertari D. Lily that the poneglyphs were scattered around the world. So Vivi is such an important character in the world of One Piece, which is why the world government has been trying to get her right now in the story, making it not possible for her to return to Arabasta anytime soon. And this is the main reason why I believe she is going to join the Straw Hats. Since she can't return to her kingdom, she will have no other choice but to regroup with them on Elbaf. And finally, after all these years, she will officially join their crew. The strongest evidence we have that Vivi will join the crew is in chapter 1130. In this chapter, Robin reads the newspaper and we see that Luffy's Gear 5 form has been edited. Someone put an X mark on Luffy's arm, and it is quite obvious that it was Vivi who did this to signal the Straw Hats that she is okay and will be joining them soon. We know it was her because she is currently with Big News Morgan, the birdman that distributes the newspaper around the world. And in Arabasta, Vivi and the Straw Hats at the time all put X marks on their arms, and they used it as a way to silently bid farewell to her when they left the island. She also got this idea from Luffy when he told his crew to not come back after 3 days and instead told them to wait 2 years. So yes, Vivi was always intended to join the Straw Hats. Oda originally planned for her to become a Straw Hat, but her responsibilities as a princess and ruler of Arabasta kept her from doing so. We see evidence of this in her final words to the crew as they depart Arabasta. If we meet again someday, Will you call me your friend one more time? This question strongly suggests that the next time Vivi reunites with the crew, she will officially join as a Straw Hat. And the Elbaf arc is the perfect opportunity for this reunion and for Vivi to fulfill her long-awaited role on the crew. Given that Elbaf is likely one of the last major arcs in One Piece before the crew reaches Laugh Tale, it would make sense, narratively speaking, to bring her back here.